Welcome to CrittaCam. I'm your host Peter Birch, and today we're going to be talking about baby snakes and how do we get to this point where we have baby snakes. I hope you enjoyed today's show and I hope you get something out of it. Thanks for watching CrittaCam. You probably don't understand how much hard work it takes to get to this point where you actually have a baby snake in your hand. Now, there is so much work that's got to be done in the season ahead before you even get to the point where you have eggs or even have baby snakes. So hopefully we're going to recap a little bit about that process right now and catch you up to speed. So we're here in my adult Antaresia room, and this basically is where the process starts for me. So all depending on what species of snake you're breeding, this is where it should start. Now, what we really need to take into account is the condition of both males and females. Now, the females need to have some decent size on them, and of course we're coming into breeding season here in Australia, which means our females are getting ready to do their job along with the males. Now, a good female should have at least a decent 26 good feeds throughout the season to be able to produce a decent sized clutch of eggs. Now, for Antaresias, they can lay anywhere from, depending on the size and the weights of the females, from 6 up to 15, and sometimes for some of the larger spotted pythons, they can lay up to about 20-25 eggs. That's a huge haul for an Antaresia, one of the smallest snakes, if not the smallest snakes of all the pythons in the world, I should be saying, not snakes, but pythons. That's right. So these little beauties need to have at least 26 good feeds before they're going to produce a decent clutch of eggs. Now, for the males don't need as much food as the females, and in fact, if you treat them a little bit leaner, keep them a little bit slimmer, it seems to work a bit better for me. As you can see, a lot of the females are already turning belly up. That is pretty cool process. That means we're getting close to the finish line. But this, so there we have it. That's a pre-lay shed. So as you can see, the females are waiting on layboxes. They're getting ready. They're having their pre-lay shed. They're laying belly up. They're doing everything they need to do. Now, here's the sphagnum moss. I've had it soaking. Now the important thing is we want it moist, but we don't want it super wet. So we need to be able to get our hands in there and squeeze out the extra water. Yep, just like that. Righto, now that we've squeezed out the excess water in the sphagnum moss, the easiest thing that I use for a laybox is I use the extra hide boxes. So the hide boxes go in like this, the snake usually goes in here and hides. All I do is invert the box like this, put the sphagnum moss that's moist now, that's been squeezed excessively, and I just make a little deposit of sphagnum just like this. So the snake can quite easily get in there, move around, and get nestled in there and feel very secure. If I need to, I can always put something on top later to make it feel a little bit more secure. But this typically is the easiest and the best way for my little snakes to get comfortable in their hide boxes. Turn it upside down of all crazy things, I know, but it makes them feel comfortable, and that's what it's all about, is making the animals feel comfortable. And typically that's sort of a refuge area that they would be looking for in the wild. Absolutely gorgeous little layboxes. See, they're hiding under the water bowls, getting nice and secure, but now they've got themselves a beautiful little laybox in the back. Well, I hope we're going to see the fruits of our labour. All those feeds, all those cleaning of cages, all those stinky poos, all those bites that we've taken all year. Hopefully they're worth it, and we're going to get some eggs. That's right, that's what it's all about, is getting eggs, and then we can worry about the next part where we cook the eggs, get the babies out, get the babies established feeding. There's so much to do, but that's what happens when you decide to work with animals, and in particular with snakes. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed this week's show. Make sure you hit me up on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Don't be afraid to leave a comment below, and don't be afraid to hit that like button and subscribe or notification button, and I'll keep you up to date with the cool stuff that we're doing here. Well, thank you very much for watching CrittaCam. I really do appreciate it. Thank you, and thanks for watching, guys.